Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video. So in this video I want to talk about higher level gameplay and more specifically higher level characters. The reason I say that is because this is my character. Ignore his armor, it's not looking great at the moment, but still, either way, this is still my character and he is now officially level 20. If I bring up my character screen, you can see level 20 there, and he is rocking the Blade Dancer subclass. Obviously he is a hunter, human hunter, so this is my character. Yes, he's decked out all in yellow. Looks kind of like sort of an advert for the marigold gloves or something like that. But anyway, I am going to fix that up. Point being that I am now level 20. Hit that just sort of probably about half an hour ago. I've been sort of playing the game pretty much non-stop for the past day because at work we were running this sort of like 24-hour marathon. So I have literally been playing Destiny for about 20, what, if you include this evening, probably about 27 hours by now. So it is a pretty long stint, and this is sort of non-stop. So that is why I've hit level 20 so soon. And I figured what I wanted to do was just sort of put together a little video, kind of just sort of discuss what do you do next, because now that you're level 20, what is the next thing you do? Now, just quickly, sort of just give you a little bit of information. 20 in Destiny is what people are calling the soft level cap. It's not the actual level cap itself, but it's as far as you'll go just through experience points. Beyond this point, you know, I can kill as many enemies as I want, and I'm not going to rank up any further. What I want to do, if I want to get higher than level 20, which obviously I do, you now rank up with something called Light. Light is a stat that we will find in high rank armor, which I'll show you briefly in a minute. But Light is a stat you'll find in high rank armor, things like exotic, legendary gear, and if you accumulate enough Light stats on your armor, then that will also raise your level. Now, if you see anyone with a level above 20, you'll see that it's coloured in gold, and that is the indicator that they are leveling using Light. So, just give you a quick run through of this character, and then I'm going to sort of run through a couple of things in town that you can now do now that you're level 20, and then I'm going to jump into just sort of give you some sort of high level gameplay, because there's a couple of things I've been wanting to do. I tried to do it in the beta when I discovered an area with a really high rank enemy, and obviously I could get destroyed, so I'm now going to go back and give them a taste of their own medicine. Anyway, yes, so this is my character just briefly. So I am the Blade Dancer. I switched out from a gunsmith, which means my super is now Arc Blade, which is awesome. If you haven't already seen the video I put up yesterday, then I'll show you the Arc Blade in action. But I will also show you that shortly when I jump into Old Russia. From there, I've got Showstopper, which allows me to kind of do this sort of like circular attack. So it's kind of a mini AoE move, which is pretty good for crowd control. Then I've also got Blink Strike, which is a powerful melee attack, and a variety of other things. But yeah, this is my subclass. I am going with the trusty Shingen C. It was arguably one of the best guns, or the best gun in the beta, and I just seem to have stumbled across it, and it seems to have seen me pretty well through. I mean, I know it's only a green uncommon weapon, but it seems to have seen me through nicely throughout the majority of the game. I've also got various versions of this, but this is the stronger one with nice attack. I have got this gun as well, but I'm not really a pulse rifle user, so I'm gonna I keep it there as a reserve. And then my goes on C sniper rifle is my go-to secondary, and then I have the Sultan SA5 as my rocket launcher. This is really cool because despite the fact that it says it has one in the magazine, it actually says the extra perk down there says this launcher's tube can hold 3 shells, so I actually can have 3 rockets fired before I have to reload. Really cool. And then as for the set, yeah, like I said, I am trying to replace this. I'm trying to get, you know, better armor at the moment, because partly the reason I need better armor is so I can get into the high rank stuff, because there's some stuff that I'll show you on the map shortly, but also just because I want some better looking armor. This is just sort of placeholder. But anyway, yeah, Cold Mantis helmet, Cold Mantis gloves, Mangala skin, and Cold Mantis boots. So yeah, I've got blue cape as well, but I've gone with this because it's all sort of matching, so I've got this sort of, get this kind of gold effect. Anyway, yeah, and then obviously down here, got my Ghost from the Ghost Edition. That is cool, nameplate as well as all the ones. But anyway, that's that. That is my character, and I'm now at level 20. So, what else can you do once you are now at level 20? Well, first up, let me visit the postman just to quickly grab a message from them. Special delivery package. There we go. So I've now been given a Mote of Light, and I've also been given a Jester's Apogee. Now this is a really interesting thing, which I'm going to show you really briefly, because 269 is going to do a more in-depth video on shaders later on, but for the time being, by reaching level 20 I've been given a shader, so I am going to just test this out. So if I equip this, you'll then see, give it a second, it now colours my armour. I don't think I like that colour scheme, but it does colour sort of key parts of your armour, and does allow you to sort of change the look of it. So I most certainly do not like that colour scheme, so I'm going to go back to my original marigold colours, but shaders are an option there. But as I said, we'll go into shaders in more detail later on. And then obviously I've got various different things there as well. Anyway, so yes, once you hit level 20, obviously go to the postman to get your rewards. I'm going to ignore these guys, they're just there because I've got some engrams to code and stuff. A couple of points just going to run over to quickly. Obviously any of the vendors you've seen beforehand selling all the fancy armors before, they are now going to be your main priority. These are the guys you're going to want to go to, start sort of earning your money, start building up your reputation, so you can start getting that gear, because that's obviously the stuff you're going to want going forward. I also got a mote of light, as you saw there. If I go to my inventory, you can see I've got a few of these. These are a currency that you kind of deal with the traveller with. So, you know, if I go to the traveller and I want some of his gear, then obviously he takes he trades up for motes of light. We're going to speak to him over here. You'll see. There we go. So if I want any of his cool stuff over here, then yeah, it costs a fair bit. I need 25 motes of light, but there's various different ways to get them, missions and whatnot. There are occasionally also some drops in, you know, raids and whatnot. But anyway, let's jump over to here quickly. This lady is the person you probably come across her before when you're buying sort of emblems, but obviously now that we are level 20, she also sells shaders, which will be, of course, will be applicable to us as well. So I'm going to buy, well, I might get one later on, but for the time being, yeah, that's that. So now that you're level 20, you can buy them from her. And I'm obviously not going to go to all the vendors, but I have also in previous videos shown you where they are. But if I go over to, say, this guy here who's from the New Monarchy, then you can see that I am now a high enough level to buy all this stuff, but now I obviously just need to go through and earn all my rankings, like Crucible ranks, New Monarchy rank and whatnot. But for example, this one here, I could just go and buy this now, and then obviously once I'm wearing that, my reputation for that particular faction will gain. Anyway, that is the idea. Now that I'm level 20, this all suddenly starts becoming applicable. But you can see, if you look at any of these armor pieces, you can see that the top stat on all of them is light plus 18. So this is what I went back to before about light stats. All the armor pieces will have light stats, and then once you add them together, you'll get a different sort of level. I believe the level cap is 30, but I've seen sort of some people of 21 and sort of 26, but I haven't seen much higher than that. So I think it might depend on, you know, legendary gear and combinations and whatnot. Aside from that, obviously there are other vendors as well. Don't forget the vendors that are underground, and obviously the vendors that are over near the lady that sells the ships and whatnot. But that is pretty much it for the town. So obviously you can now get shaders, you can go to vendors and buy the fancy armor and all that stuff. Now let's jump into orbit really quickly. I want to show you a couple of things before I go and land down on old Russia. Okay, so now we're back in orbit. If I go to set destination, there's a few things that, depending on how far you are in the game, you may be familiar with some of these, and some of them may be new to you. So obviously you've got your general planets, but the things I want to talk about are these things over here. Now let's start with this one. This one, I believe it was level 16. I got this 16 or 17. But basically, this is something that's going to be, obviously, while you unlock it around sort of 16, 17, it's going to be more applicable now at the end of the game. Strike playlists are basically, it allows you to do existing strike missions, but at a sort of like higher level. So for example, if I do the level 18 strike playlist, and I did say the very first strike mission that's located on Earth, the Devil's Lair one, then I can do it as if I were at level 18. So the enemies will be stronger and all things like that. And the result of that is that you get much better gear. So for example, here it says rewards are Vanguard gear and Vanguard reputation. So you do get much better gear. So for example, if you saw my my helmet, this was actually a reward from doing the Devil's Lair as a level 18 strike mission. This was a reward from, I believe, the one of the ones on the moon. But either way, yeah, all from here. So if you want to get some good armor early on, then this is probably the easiest way to do it. Obviously, there are, if you want to start pursuing the even better armor like the exotic and the legendary stuff, then there are different ways to do it. But for the time being, if you want to start getting some blue pieces to really sort of build up your armor stats, then this is a good place to start. Also, you'll notice that this one here for me is locked because it says I require better gear. So again, that's why I said before I want to try and replace all those green items with blue items, because initially this one was also locked for me, but it is now open because I've got, you know, majority blue items. So once I start kind of leveling them up, then I can go to the higher ones, and obviously from there I can then move on. So yes, these are strike missions, and you don't get to choose which one you want. You just select the playlist, and it randomly puts you into a strike mission. Annoyingly, I've done a fair few of the times. It seems to be always the one on the moon with the massive ogre boss in the bottom, which is probably my least favourite strike mission, just because the ogre takes so long to kill. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, that's the that strike playlist. That's a useful thing as soon as you're sort of like, or when you're getting near to level 20, you want to sort of just try and, you know, boost there. Then I just recommend just doing strike playlists from like level 18 onwards, because you just earn XP ridiculously fast. Then once you get to level 20, you will be presented with these two things: daily heroics and weekly heroics. So the daily heroic strike, every single day, they will select a strike mission and they will make it a lot harder. It's a level 20 version of that strike. So for example, here you can see this one is Oceans of Storm on the moon. Ocean of Storms on the moon. It's obviously a level 20 story mission. And yeah, emphasis on story mission this time. It's not a strike, it's a story mission. So they've kind of ramped it up a bit more. It's like a lot more difficult and things like that. But then obviously if you finish it, you'll get Vanguard marks, XP bonus, and also the main draw for these is that you can also get nice, really nice armor from here as well. I don't quite know whether it's like exotic gear or whether it's just sort of like blue rank gear, but the point is this is supposed to be like a draw for you to kind of do these because you can get really nice gear from them. If you select it, you'll also see that there's a modifier down here. The first one obviously just says that it's in heroic mode, but this one here says that, for example, on this one, no ammo drops for your equipped weapons. So this is one of those times when you're actually going to have to go and buy some ammo before you go in. Each daily mission will have different modifiers, but for the time being, this is the one for that one. And again, similarly, the one below that is a weekly heroic strike. So this one will change every single day. They'll set a new different one. They'll pick up just different missions, whereas this one will stick around for a week, and then obviously they'll change that each time. So this one is currently the strike mission from Old Russia, which you're no doubt familiar with, Devil's Lair, and you just need to do that on hard. It's considered a level 22 strike, so yeah, that's that, and there's a lot more results from that. So they are 2 additional things you can do. Once you get to level 20, you should start doing them because that's where you're going to get better armor. Obviously, this is good when you're kind of getting up to level 20, and to a certain extent when you are level 20, trying to sort of get an initial good set for this sort of stuff. But then this is probably where you're going to want to be afterwards. Okay, so that's that. Then lastly, the only other thing I really want to do is jump into Earth and just do a little bit of gameplay, just so you guys can sort of see some high-level gameplay, because I appreciate you listened to me talk for quite a long time, and I appreciate that. But hopefully it's been interesting to at least sort of see the different things you can do and see sort of like the character. Apologies that my character doesn't look cooler. I'm normally very sort of like, particular about the way my character looks, but I'm just trying to sort of like, blitz through the game for now. So I am now on a sort of, my warpath is now try and go and get all the cool looking gear. So hopefully the next time I do one of these sort of look at my character videos, then I will be looking pretty damn cool, he says. Okay, right, don't have too far to go. I'm just going to go kill some really weak enemies just so I can build up my super bar, because I want to show you, as I say, if you hadn't seen my other video from the other day, then you may not have seen the Arc super in action. Let me just kill a few of these people and just get us up to speed, all while working over to where I want to go. So yeah, when I play this during the beta, there are a couple of areas. There's the actual level 20 area called the Grottos, which I spent a good sort of 20 minutes trying to get through and did finally manage to do it. I drove my Sparrow, I weaved in and out the enemies, went past the Shrieker that was firing out missiles, and I then managed to get myself into, into the level 20 area, and then when I came out the other side, it ended up looping around to level 8 area, which was a bit anticlimactic, given my hard work, but anyway, that's that. But there was also another area I found, which is literally just down below this this here basement. And I found a load more like hallowed acolytes and hallowed knights and whatnot, and they just killed me. I'm just going to go and kill some things over here quickly, just so that I can get sort of try and get my my super bar up as high as possible. Well, that is shoddy aiming. And that was a terrible grenade throw as well. Ha! Anyway, I think we're going to leave there. That should do. I'll be able to kill something when I go down there. Right, okay, let's go back. So, I'm going to save the actual super for when I go downstairs, because I imagine the guys are still going to be pretty strong. They are level 20s, and they are elites, so, yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Right, okay, so we go down here. And then we get to the, the usual staircase. We go down here. But instead of, when we come out in this corridor, instead of going down to where, oh, let me kill you. What are you doing there? Instead of going down there to the map where you would normally go, oh, an engram. A low level engram, yay! You instead spin around and you go down here. Is it here? No, sorry, no it's not. Ha! He says, there we go, here. The broken in the wall, there we go. Turn your light on, and we want to head down here. Go down these stairs, and we go towards this sort of ramp over here. See if I, oh, was that a, before I go over there, oh, just spin metal. Well, I'll grab some of that. Always useful. I hate going around with a torch, it's such a weird, freaky thing. Oh, I never went up there either. That's cool. But anyway, yes, here we go. There you go. So, hello, knights. But let's go. Let's use my power instead. So, go up in here. Whee! Is there a third one? Yeah, of course there is. Whoa, okay. They are still strong. Obviously, they are hallowed knights. Let's not mess around here. Oh, it feels so good to be able to come back here and be like, no. This is now my world. And you, sir, can piss off. Because I never found out... Whoa, never actually found out what was here before. There's probably actually nothing here. It's probably like the world's biggest disappointment. But... Oh, there's a doorway. Really? Oh, there's a chest. With... Wow. Well, that's rubbish. But hey, at least I can come back here and actually dominate and be like, yes, this is now my zone. Really don't like this torch though. Let's just quickly... What's that light? Let's quickly swing around here and go up to the top. Up here. Oh, what? Oh. This always happens. I always end up finding like you sneak through this sort of like high level area and it ends up just sort of like looping back around this super low level area. Well, that was marginally anticlimactic. Let me just quickly go around and gather my super just once more, just so you can kind of see it in action, because I didn't actually show you the RT ability. I was too focused on trying to clear out those mobs. So let me just quickly do this, and then I will wrap this video up. As I said, I am gonna, if you want to sort of see a little bit more of that arc blade, then I've already put up a video showing the blade dancer kind of arc blade super in action. But I am also going to be doing a more in-depth video on that later on. I just want to sort of spend a little bit more time on the skill tree, unlocking a few more moves, so I can kind of show you all the different permutations. And obviously, I'm also working on that for the Titan and the Warlock for you guys as well. So stay tuned for those ones. But for the time being, yeah, if you did want to see a little bit more, then obviously head over to the video that I uploaded yesterday. I'll drop a link to it in the description box down below as well. But yes, here we go, supercharge. So let's go over and just do it to these poor unsuspecting victims. Right, hello. So activate it. So this was the other one. If you press RT, I kind of just jump up and do this little zoom, and otherwise I can just dash around. I can go really, really awesome. So yeah, that is kind of it really. That's all I really kind of need to sort of show off. So this is obviously my character. Like I say, hopefully the next time you see him, he will be looking a lot cooler. So apologies for him being the marigold mascot. But that's it. So yeah, this is what kind of like, this is obviously my level 20 character. Just hit that today. Obviously that's just kind of like a day after launch, so that's not actually too bad. Although, no, actually technically today's launch day. Anyway, depends when you're watching it. But yeah, so level 20 character. There's some things for you to do when you get to level 20. Obviously, as I said, shaders, high rank armor, the daily and weekly quests and sort of missions, and also the strike playlists. So yeah, that's some stuff for you to work on. And obviously don't forget that the raid, the Vault of Glass, does not open until next Tuesday. That is the 16th. So by that time, what you want to make sure you do is by Tuesday next week, the 16th, you want to make sure you are level 25. So get maxed out on your experience level and then use the motes of light and the actual light stat to get up to level 25, and then you'll be good to go. So you have less than a week, Guardians, but that is your task. And otherwise, that's it. So, as always, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, and show your support. That does really help me out. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe for daily gaming videos. And drop a comment down below and let me know how you guys are getting on with Destiny. And let me know what you think about my character. Apologies also if I've been rambling, because I have technically been up for about 38 hours right now. So I am kind of tired and chatty rubbish. So that's why I'm going to end this video now. So apologies in advance. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.